In Boeing, this is not the first time. There was no other reason for the aircraft to go down but the manufacturing part. The commander is asking the co-pilot, have you turned off the switch? How come it was turned off? The engine was not getting fuel because the switches to both the engines were switched off. Boeing deliberately did not give the training because training costs money.
Regarding Ahmedabad airplane crash, which shows fuel cutoff of both engines. As an aviation expert, senior aviation expert, how would you look at the early update?
See, whatever little has come out, the preliminary report, which is 15 pages, which I have not been able to read clearly, but it appears that the fuel was cut off on takeoff. So whatever fuel the engine had, it was able to take off. Now the voice recorder, the black box, in that it says that the commander is asking the co-pilot, have you turned off the switch? He said, no, I have not. So obviously neither the commander nor the co-pilot has turned off the switch, which is there. How come it was turned off, which it seemed the commander noticed? Now this is obviously some fault within the aircraft that it got turned off automatically. We don't know. All I am saying is that from whatever I know and read from the report, that it was neither based on the seat of the pilot slipping down, nor on the contamination or a bird hit or any other thing. It was a sheer case that the engine was not getting fuel because the switches to both the engines were switched off, and they were not switched off either by the commander or by the co-pilot. Now, in Boeing, this is not the first time. Earlier, when Boeing 737 MAX, there were two instances of that new plane, which after takeoff again went down and crashed, and people died. In both these cases, it finally came out that the changes were made in the MAX variety of the 737, and training was not given to the pilot. Pilots were not aware of how to handle this situation, and Boeing deliberately did not give the training because training costs money, and they have to bear the cost. So they wanted to save money. There have been whistleblowers also in the Boeing who worked in Boeing company who said that Boeing is trying to save money on manufacturing, on safety aspects. There has been US congressional hearing on this subject, long hearings. They have called the CEO, they have cross-examined him in a bad way. It appears that from the report, from the little bit of the report I've been able to see, that there was no other reason for the aircraft to go down but the manufacturing part. The engine itself switched off accidentally, or there was something which even the pilot or the co-pilot were not aware of. And the engine didn't switch off, the fuel to the engine switched off, and the engine lost the thrust. He then lowered the rat. The rat is the instrument which has already been discussed, but it could not provide enough thrust for it to continue climbing, and it crashed. So this is how I look at it, of what happened in this aircraft. I don't know what is going to be the final report, or even now on the full report, the 15-page report, we'll have to see in greater detail. From whatever cursory glance I have been able to go through since the morning, this appears to be my conclusion.
Sir, it may be a technical default or a manufacturing default. It's a serious matter of concern. All planes should be checked before.
Yes, it's a very serious matter, and I think perhaps the government will have to take a view. Government what? ICAO International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, may have to take a view, and the Federal Aviation Authority of US may have to take a view that all Dreamliner aircrafts have to be downed for the time being till the investigation is over. That could be easily one of the conclusions coming out of this. This has happened earlier. also when all aircraft of the same type are not allowed to fly.